Hi, I'm Marcy Degman, the Aspiring Gardener, and today we're going to talk about winter houseplant care. Now, some of you like to bring your plants outside for the summer, so you're going to have to do a little more grooming, a little more looking for insects. This one is fine, it's been clean, but you want to look under the leaves. You want to look at the base, right under the soil, and just give it a good look. If you don't see any insects, then you can go on to step 2. And what I like to do first is I kind of look, and this one, it's kind of been, through the ringer, so I like to add a little bit of fresh soil. That's the first thing I do if there's space there, is I'll add fresh soil to the top. If it's really, really been a long time, you might want to completely repot it if it needs all new soil. But if not, just give it a nice fresh top coat of soil, because what happens over time is the soil gets really hard on the top and it makes a crust. You want it to be soft so that when you water, the water will flow through. So you kind of want to do that at least once a year. And then I go through and I like to just trim off anything that doesn't look good, that's brown. Just give them a nice trimming. This is a peace lily, and it grows back really fast. So for every leaf I take off, it's going to be there'll be another one back. So I don't worry too much about that. Here's one that's pretty brown. And you can see already that there's a lot of new growth coming. So once I've kind of just gone through and made it look nice and primped it, then I also like to take a cloth and some warm water. Some people like to use a little milk. I'm not sure if that shines it up more. But you want to go through and get any of the dust off, which is also a good idea to do throughout the winter, especially if you have the kind of heat inside where there's dust. Because plants are living and they have cells too, and what it does, it plugs up the airflow in the leaf. So you want to go through and you want to clean your plant up. Just dust off the leaves. It'll look so much better by the end. The other thing that you want to do different in the winter is your fertilizer regimen. Whatever type of houseplant fertilizer that you use is fine, but what you want to do is read the label and do exactly half of that. So if you're used to doing a monthly fertilizer, either do it every other month or cut it down to half the amount every month, because your plants aren't growing as much in the winter. And what you want to do is you want to give them a little bit of a rest. You want the roots to have time to kind of work and establish, and then come spring, when you start to see a lot of new leaves and you see a lot of growth, then you start fertilizing normal again. The other thing you want to do is make sure you keep your houseplants away from a drafty door or a heating area, whether it's a baseboard, whether it's a wood stove. They dry out so bad anyway in the winter. So just keep an eye on them, give them a little more care. They'll make it through just fine. And that's how you take care of your houseplants in winter.